racerförare. Han gör sina misstag ibland och det beror på att han fortfarande har mycket att lära. Men på ett varv finns ingen som är tillnärmelsevis som han. Han är känd och ökänd bland de andra förarna. Han kör över den som inte flyttar på sig när han vill förbi och han har vållat många incidenter på banorna. Han är Ayrton Senna från Sao Paulo i Brasilien, regerande världsmästare. Vem är han bakom hjälmen? Är det en helt okänslig typ med förakt för andra och deras liv? En som ska fram, kosta vad det kosta vill? Nej, tvärtom. När man träffar honom så tonar det fram bilden av en osäker, sökande kille som tycker sig ha funnit meningen i livet. Och meningen är inte i racingen, utan hos Gud.
I have learned a lot more over the past 2 years, year and a half. And it has had a big effect in my life over the year and a half, past year and a half. I'm finding more and more important to learn about God's power, His word brings a lot of knowledge in terms of life as a whole, and there is nowhere else to find this. He's the only way. But I'm just the beginning. I have still a long way to learn about him and his ideas and his faith, and there is a whole new life still to come for me.
Do you keep in contact with religion by going to church or by reading Bible or?
No. I very rarely go to any church because that's not the way I like. That's not the way I identify him for me. In fact, when I go on my own, and I go when nobody's there. So you have some peace that I enjoy, that I find very, very attractive. But really the best way I found to some identification was just by reading the Bible. And once you start, you don't want to stop. It's amazing.
I read that Alain Prost has been saying that the difference between the two of us is that I'm working for the team and Senna is working mostly for himself. Is that a fair way in describing your way in working?
I think it only takes to somebody else to explain his side, to suddenly give the people a different view of the same subject. So therefore, that's what he says. And it only takes for me to say my view to completely change many people's view about this thing. First of all, it's well known that McLaren has always had top drivers working at the same time. And once top drivers are working at the same time for the same team with the potential like McLaren technically and structurally, it's not possible for you to, even if you desire to work for yourself. When you're testing an engine or you're testing a car, you are doing the work for the team, not only for you, and automatically for your teammates. And I think it's very unrealistic for a driver to say that I work for the team and the other driver works for himself. It's all fine to talk and to throw away words, but we can do a lot of damage, or we can build a lot with our words, and I tend to be very careful what I say always.
What is your next big goal in life?
I, as I mentioned earlier in the interview, I believe I have so much to go and so much to develop on how to cope and how to use to my best endeavor the faith that I got in God, that this is probably the most important thing for me, because it's something tells me that it's a non-stop thing. It's something that is never going to stop. Once it starts, it goes on forever.
That's just even more important than winning the second title.
It's all part, because if I'm able to develop this way, I'll be better and better all the time in all areas, as a man and as a professional, as a technician, everything.